Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited tonight. I get to have the opportunity to get to know Jenni Calma just a little bit better, and so will you. So let's go ahead and get her on here. Welcome, Jenni.
Hi. Hello.
And we know there is a little bit of a delay between the two of us. So please be patient with us as we kind of navigate that. I'm going to pause in between and try not to talk over the top of Jenni. Let's just jump right in, Jenni. Let's hear about you. Why don't you just give us a little bit, a brief little background about you?
Okay. I just turned 50 last year. Exciting, and has sort of changed a lot of my perspective and opinion about a lot of things and what I think should be important. So in my craft room and with some art stuff. We live in Alabama, in Birmingham, where I'm from and my husband is from. We studying architecture, so we're both architects. And but we were just best friends until we graduated and then figured out for 22 years. We have a 19-year-old daughter who just finished her first year at college, and we have lots of teenagers and teenage things, which is a lot more stressful than we thought it would be. My husband said if we had known what we were facing when, we just had bottles and spit up and diapers to worry about, we would have enjoyed that part a lot more. So we live in Alabama. I don't work anymore unless it's sort of a kind of a crunch thing for my husband's company. We have a 13-year-old lab mix who's named Lola, and she's
Lola?
extremely sweet. She's Lola, yes. Named Blue, who thinks he is the king of the world. And that's pretty much in town. My mother and we have my husband's sister and husband and cousins, and he's Italian, so we do lots of and the pasta and all of the things, which was really great when the kids were growing up. I have loads of old scrapbook pages full of people eating. That's pretty much it about me. I have a scrapbook room or craft room in our house that we moved into and my husband kind of made a wall and created a little room in what was a big sort of playroom in our basement, and put a lock on the door so I can lock myself.
Nice.
Yes. And we are serial renovators, so that's what architects do when they're frustrated. All of their design ideas and inspiration to work on their own houses and their own small projects if they can't do it at work. So we have 5 times since we've been married. And so my husband jokes that every time he puts down his tool belt and we finish, that I say it's time to move for a while.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we'll be here for a while. So the kids are kind of like another project, really. I mean, they just are used to it now, That's about it. It was really hot today.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. It's always sort of, like parts of it'll be, and something falls apart and then there's a
Right.
hole somewhere, and then
And you start all over again.
home ownership. So
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say hi to a few people that have hopped on. Hello, Culligan Crafts. Yay. Hello, Donna R. We're so glad that you're here with us. All right. Well, it's fun to hear all those things about you. You know, we're actually the same age, and Darren and I have been married almost the same amount of time. We've been married 23 years in November. So kind of fun. When I saw your pictures when we did the retro rewind, I was like, I betcha.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
It definitely was
for years.
Yes, we had the mall bangs or whatever they call them, right?
Uh-huh.
Hi, Nikki. Welcome. All right. Well, you guys who are hopping on, please feel free to, if you want to ask a question for Jenni, then you can if you'll just put question before the question, just so that we see it a little easier. If not, no big deal, but I'll try to watch the comments as well. But feel free to ask Jenni some questions, and I will keep asking you some that I have, if that's okay. So Jenni is really fun. Every time that she's been on for the other interviews that we've done so far with the Inspiration team, she always asks what everybody's favorite Brutus Monroe stamp or die set is. So I'm going to start with your question. What is yours?
I would say, well, I would have said I might change it because I really loved. It was just really inspiring, and I love the Wizard of Oz, and I have the old original Wizard of Oz book from my childhood that Christopher had talked about because it's got that were a lot like the stamps and images. And I'm pretty sure I used it as a coloring book, so I colored a lot of the things that were in the margin. I love.
You were creative even then.
Yeah. I love the spring collection. The it smells like spring. All the versatility you can do with that, because it could be, even for birthdays, or you can make them Christmas, and just changing up, whether a couple of the poppies for the for the Wizard of Oz sets. So that's my favorite. I just love the flowers, and I love the dyes that go with it. So they were my
So Saturday, I'm putting up a blog post where you'll see one of Jenni's beautiful cards using Smells Like Spring. So watch for that.
Yes.
It is a very good stamp set. I agree with you. That one is so versatile. There's so many things you could do with it. You could go crazy and fill the whole card with a million different flowers, or you could just do a really elegant, sleek card with just a few, or just even one bloom. It's a beautiful set. And the Oz, I have had a lot of fun with the Oz release as well. Tomorrow I'm doing the layout for the month, because I do one of those at the end of each month.
Right.
I'm like, oh, it's my last Oz project for the month, and it makes me sad. But I know what's coming, and so do you. So that's fun too.
Yes, it's exciting too.
Nikki, do you have a question? Just go ahead and type up your question. All right, so I told you I had a question for you that I was going to put you on the spot for. So here goes.
Okay, I'm ready.
What will it take to get you to start doing lives? Because I know everybody will want to see your cute face and your beautiful projects. And
you can tell. Mostly, I just need to get a my husband's watching. I need to get a hard line, basically a storm shelter, which is great, because if we have to, shelter for a tornado, then I can just keep crafting while we're doing that. And there's not a lay-in ceiling, so you have to drill holes. We have a flat roof, so you can't go through an attic. So it's very problematic, and I need Wi-Fi help. Other than that, I'm ready to go. I have all my stuff.
Ready
I have
and willing. We would
children
love it.
who tech savvy. It will happen before I turn 51. That's in September.
Awesome.
It will happen. I want to.
Okay.
Because I love to hear myself talk. Anything else, this could be therapy for me. And people could just, watch if they want.
We have such great people that follow the lives that they are always so kind.
They are.
And they
are.
make it very
I feel
easy.
like friends, and I don't even know them. I mean, they just,
right.
They're always on, and we always say hi. And
yes, you will definitely love that. Nikki asks, do you have a degree for art or what, something in the background?
Right. Well, I went to school for minor in art history, and I did try to kind of do art. I would have loved it. My dad didn't think that would be a lucrative career choice. So art's really my passion behind everything else. So I don't have a formal degree, except that we did lots of drawing in architecture, and really do help. But really, my mom just, when we were little, she always said to make cards for everybody. If we couldn't afford, she would just tell us to make a card. And so we started making homemade cards, from the time I could write. And that's what I started to, and I just school. And then we really started, it really sort of ramped up because we had sketchbooks that we kept as part of our studio. We did a European study abroad one year, and which I got to go on with my husband, which obviously we were just friends.
Man,
but
that's awesome.
We kept everything in it, like our receipts, and then I started picking up flower petals or leaves and peeling off wine labels, and it was a journal. So that sort of just flowed right into scrapbooking without even really me understanding what scrapbooking was. I mean, everybody sort of made, like everybody else, thinks it's, hanging out with a bunch of old ladies doing, which is, I mean, that's what I guess it is now. It's kind of how the evolution
We're the old
happened.
ladies now.
Yeah, no, but it doesn't feel old. This is not old.
Right.
So that's kind of how my evolution and everything came about. And so it wasn't like officially art, but yeah.
You definitely have a history in it.
There's an element there. She's an amazing artist. She's far more talented now than we ever were at her age. I mean, hers is, they told us in school, and my husband, I mean, it's literally practice. But you can't teach somebody how to think creatively necessarily, but she has that innate talent that we don't have. So she's probably going to use that somehow, I'm sure, one day.
That's awesome. Donna R asks, and I have a question that's similar, so I'm going to throw them together if that's okay. Donna asks what your favorite medium is to just let loose and play with. And I have a question that is, what is your favorite Brutus Monroe medium and your favorite way to use it? So maybe you could address all three of those in the same.
Okay. Hi, Donna. Thanks for that question. My favorite medium, or my favorite way to get loose, is to do collage. And I sort of started doing that, like I was saying with sketch. My kids got older. I feel like they didn't really want to be in pictures anymore, and I think that's generally what happens, at least with most of my craft makers, because they're scrapbooking either pets or family or something, and then that just changes into a different avenue. Kind of that scrapbooking, I got into mixed media, and I love art journaling, and so I love collaging pieces of paper together, which throwing so many beautiful papers away. And when we were redoing one of the craft rooms, I can't remember which one, paper that I had been holding that were my favorite papers, in patterns, and they were beautiful, and I didn't want to use them because I was waiting for the perfect project, So I decided to make myself use that and started doing different kinds of collages in an art journal or on like wood and resin. And I am very type A and a Virgo, and so I like things in order and clean. But when I do that, it's very therapeutic. It's really therapeutic. So that's my kind of big love for that. And there's so many Brutus Monroe, products that is the velveteen glaze. I love it because it's great with stencils. But what I love to do it on some paper and let it dry, and then die cut it into whatever shape, so I can make custom colors, or we can match like other papers and matte. So it's my favorite by far. It mixes great with all of the other colors, and I need more.
Awesome.
So, velveteen glaze.
Looks like Heather Collins has joined us. Hello, Heather. All right, let's see. Why don't you tell us what your favorite card making occasion is?
I would probably say just a hello card. It could be used for lots of different things, and you can kind of make a I love birthday cards. I love sending them, but I'm really not good at actually giving them when I do give them. I'm more better about like just making the birthday card and being able to, I hate because snail mail is the best. So I would just say like just because a hello, just a surprise card to put in makes them happy and is unexpected. I made a lot of those this past year for my daughter while she was at school. So I thought it'd be, a great little, if she's having a bad. So
nothing like a note from home anyway.
Yeah, and maybe like some money in it.
Heather says that when she makes cards, she makes one for the person she's giving it to and one to keep for herself. So it's easier to give them away. That's a good idea. Tip, Heather.
That is a good.
Yeah. So if you get in a creative slump where you're just having a hard time getting, you go in your room and you're just kind of staring, what are some of your favorite ways to get out of a creative slump?
Well, I would say I love Pinterest. I had this friend when Pinterest first came out that was really loved it really a lot, but she wanted to make sure she used it and didn't just scroll through it, so she wouldn't pin before, which I thought was a little extreme because I could never do all of that. So I do like looking through Pinterest. I think what gets me sort of going is to really just um, do things like cut paper. I'll just start cutting, ground or cardstock and fold them and just listen to some music and just sit in my room and, get ahead on the things that that kind of, or I will just take stamp a bunch of things and grab, a bunch of markers and I'll go sit with I'll just not think about it and be coloring. And then things sort of start to, I'll think, well, how could I use this? Or I wish, I could do this or that. And it sort of gets me wanting to create again. But it definitely happens.
Yep. Perfect. I think the hardest part sometimes is just closing the door to your room. You have a lock on yours. Closing the door to your room and being like, okay, I'm here. I'm focused and I don't have to be anywhere right now. I can do this. I do want to say hello to Lisa. Lisa joined us. Lisa is also on our inspiration team. We're glad that you're here. And then Heather asked what kind of music you listen to when you're in that mode.
Playlists that she has, which are great because I tend to listen to music from, a specific era. Very, fast paced kind of playlist or then something slow. But I love listening to, music that's more like, I don't know, like John Mayer and I can't really think of who's on my playlist right now. Taylor Swift that have a little bit more kind of thought-provoking lyrics, I guess.
It just kind of depends on your mood that you're in. I bet. I don't listen to the same type of music every time that I'm in my room either. But I'm more likely. Yeah. Are you more likely to listen to music, or are you more likely to listen to a podcast or watch TV? Or
I love my podcasts, and nobody likes them in our house but me. So every time I turn one on in the car, everybody rolls their eyes. So I do love to listen to and I don't really. I mean, I love watching something in the background, but I don't want to be distracted by it. So music is generally more is better. I guess I really do. Yeah.
I feel the same way. But I know that there's a lot of people who like to have the TV on. They watch crafty videos when they're crafting.
Yeah.
So, to each his own.
Yeah. I'll put just Jennifer McGuire's entire channel on and just put play all, that I haven't watched. And she just, yeah.
If that doesn't get you out of a creative slump.
Yeah. if that can inspire you, I mean, yeah.
Speaking of techniques and all of that, I mean, she's the queen of all of that. But what is a technique that scares you that you haven't tried yet?
And I'm embarrassed to say this. I shouldn't be scared of it, but I haven't done. And I have two of them, but I haven't done anything with a gel press. I didn't buy them. If my husband's watching, I was given them, but I have two big jelly presses that I am just afraid to use, and I've watched them enough, but I don't know. I haven't gotten to that, either that messy part or I don't know why it seems I'm afraid of it. Everybody I know that does it though, they make amazing things from it, and I know it really extends your product, and you can use it over and over, like kind of, printmaking.
It's one of those things
Goals.
where you just have to be willing to be in a mess for a bit, because that is what keeps me from pulling mine out more frequently, is
there a delay
the
still?
mess. You know what I mean? But once you're in the
Yeah.
middle of it, then it helps. But you're not the first person who said that to me. So you're in good company. There's a lot of people who are.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost my video, Darren.
It looks good to me.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not on my. I don't know. As long as you can see, that's fine. But it's not. I can't see my monitor. So because of that, Jenny, if you can watch the comments, I can't see anything in my monitor for some reason.
Oh no. Oh,
Yeah,
same kind of music. Lisa.
You're back now.
No.
There you are. Yes.
As long as you guys can see me, it doesn't matter if I can see you.
Well, actually, wait, then come back.
I can try that. Oh, I just got it.
Donna R says she can see you.
I don't know why my screen went dark, but I just wiggled my mouse. I've never had that happen when I've been live, but it's back. Whatever.
It's advice for everything. Just
Let's see.
wiggle your mouse.
Yeah, right. Well, it said I had a connection issue apparently for a second. So hopefully my son's not on the internet, because we're kind of mean. We don't let him have the internet while we're live.
Yeah.
What, honey?
Oh, that I hadn't even thought of that.
Did or didn't?
You didn't.
Okay.
You never left the screen, so.
Lisa says she can listen to pretty much anything. So I think that's awesome. I definitely, if you're like me, I think we all have pretty eclectic playlists now that we have everything available to us, right? With Alexa and everything else.
Very much. Yeah.
All right.
I had a teacher in school that told us, that listening to fast music made you think less about what you're doing, and it sped up your process because it kind of elevated your engaged quicker. So I don't know. Although I just said,
I don't know if that's always bad.
Like chill music.
I think I overthink things sometimes.
Yeah.
That's good. Pull out your gel press and put on fast music. That's the trick.
I'll get right on that.
All right. Okay, so now that you told us a technique that scares you that you haven't tried, what is a technique that used to scare you that now you love?
Well, I'm getting better at, I would say, direct to paper, like stamping and coloring, not cutting things out beforehand, and putting them together necessarily. I'm always worried. I feel like I need more control over it. So if you put it all together, that's easier than. So I'm trying to do more like stamping, kind of old school, where we, before the MISTI, which I don't know what we did, stamp block and stamp it once. And then, you would just kind of hope for the best. So I'm getting better about doing that and making one. Not about making so many dimensional cards that I end up having to put them into a big padded folder, or a big padded envelope to mail them, just across. And I'm worried that like it's going to get smushed or whatever. So, so I would say trying to get better at that. And I think I am. It's just practice, any tools,
Oh, for sure. I think you get a feel for your own tools too, that just kind of help you, you just have your own touch and your own way of
Yes.
doing things. And so obviously practice makes perfect because you get used to that movement.
Right.
I haven't seen too many questions pop up. Do you guys have any questions that you guys want to ask? I feel like I'm dominating the question asking. What are some of your favorite colors? Like, do you have a certain color palette that you tend to use often?
I'm more of a muted kind of person. I like more muted colors, but I do like, even though you wouldn't tell by looking at our house, I love and some like sort of yellows and brighter colors that aren't really in our house because our house is black and white. But I do not necessarily pastel, but I do love like all the colors that are part of that fairy collection. The light, lavender and the blue and the light pink.
Those are all your colors.
Those. Yeah.
I used to like more of the muted ones, but now I'm like, give me a color. I like all the color. Like them bold, like them bright.
Yeah.
My house though is pretty subdued. I think we tend to make our houses more subdued because we need to have the calm. We need to have the, I mean, you can kind of see.
Right. This is more color than is anywhere else in our house. But
yeah.
I kind of like it. It's kind of nice to to bring. So yeah, I would say fresh and a lot of pink. I didn't realize I liked pink so much, but I feel like there's so many shades of pink that can change so much, like pink to yellow, peachy pink and yeah.
Yep.
So
yep, house subdued colors.
The other things that I love to do.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Color swatching would be another thing that I love to do if I'm not feeling creative. Any of the products or anything like that kind of, gets you maybe using something that you weren't planning to use. I get choosing something. I don't want to waste it and not use it for something special. So doing something like that really kind of makes you just experiment and try it. And then
well, and so many times the result of something when it dries or when it's heated or whatever can completely surprise you. So, it's a good practice to get. And I say that not because I do it, but because I know I should.
Yeah.
Donna R asks if you're an early morning or late at night crafter.
That is a funny question. If anybody knows me, I am not a morning person in any way. Actions was to become a morning person, and I actually started reading an article about how you could change your personality to be a morning person, and I did not finish that article because I fell asleep because it was morning. I'm definitely a late night crafter. I think that was habit late. I really feel like I could be exhausted all day, and then about 9 o'clock, I get really motivated and sort of have this second wind. Everybody else has gone to bed or they're doing their own thing, and I can just like come have some inner peace, and so 100% late.
I think when everyone else is okay and doing their thing, it makes it easier to focus for sure.
Right.
Yeah. All right, we need some more questions, guys. Tell me if you've been to any like crafting events or anything, like gone on any crafting trips or any crafting cruises? That's my dream. If you have, I
Ooh.
might be jealous.
I have not, and I haven't ever done like a craft retreat where I'm somewhere to meet other people that do it. I don't know if I'd be really good at that. I can't imagine trying to select just a little bit of stuff to pack and move. But I did, which was amazing. I mean, I had always wanted to go and used to watch religiously, all the videos of all the new, products and all the new, or sort of all the fun people. So I got to go.
You cut out just a little
Arizona.
bit on my side.
Oh,
so I just want to make sure everybody knows that you said creativation, because I don't know if everybody heard that word. So I just want to make sure they know what you're speaking about.
Right. I think, don't they call it something else now again?
I think so.
Creativation, and I think they changed part of it to something else even. But I
Heather
got to
probably knows.
go a couple times and as a buyer once with Scrapbook Circle, because so we would put our kits and everything together for the year after looking at them. So getting to see everybody in person and getting to meet a lot of people and like watching Tim Holtz do his stuff live is just unbelievable. I mean, he's like, and then I got to go another year when my husband came with me, and we background stuff. I went and I did I went with Tonic Studios and did a couple demos for a few days, which was fun and also kind of scary. But you're in person, so everybody's looking at exactly what you're doing. But that was really fun, and it's so much fun to be around so many people that love, excited about paper and glue and craft knives and what I mean, glass mats and everything else. So that was really exciting.
It's fun to be around. That's the thing about crafters, is we all understand each other's insanity about it. I think it's a fun thing that binds us all together.
Right. I mean, not even just the inspiration, and it was a little overwhelming, but just the capacity that these people have it's going to happen a whole year ahead is just amazing to me. I mean, I guess it's kind of like the fashion industry or something, but just to these people that basically start the flow through with it, I think is just fascinating. So that's pretty amazing.
It's fun to have so many creative people in one place, and to just it's a feast for the eyes. If you ever have the opportunity to go to Creativation, take the opportunity.
Yes, definitely.
That's awesome. All right, so are you a snacks in your craft room kind of person, or a no snack zone?
I am a snack zone, and it is usually a secret stash that is not furniture's. You can we put our name on something and it doesn't matter. My husband and I, we have several different like hidden snack cabinets where our kids are just crazy and they just come in with friends and grab everything. So I do have some snacks. Most right now I'm on a chocolate covered and they're a good late night snacker because they're sort of got that chocolate and the kick. But they're in a special hidden drawer that nobody knows me.
I heard the chocolate covered, but I didn't hear what it was covering.
Espresso beans.
Oh, okay.
Like coffee beans.
Yeah. Yep. There's your stash. Hopefully your kids are not watching.
Don't tell anybody. Yes.
Yeah, I have a little stash in my room too.
Say what?
Oh, Darren, you know I have a stash in there. I'm trying to think of what's in my stash. It's probably getting kind of low right now. Time to go
Yeah.
to the store. It was a rough week when the stash gets low, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah, for sure. So because then I get it on my hands, and then I'll end up, you know what I mean, getting something on my. You wouldn't want Cheeto dust on your project.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you have to be selective in your M&Ms are a good craft room snack because melts in your mouth, right?
Right.
Not on your project. We'll ask you guys too. What is your favorite crafty snack? If you guys have a little snack in your little craft stash. Oh, I see somebody who knows you on there. Like maybe your daughter who now knows where your stash is. No secret stash.
No, my husband just walked in and said, "Where are they?"
You're gonna have to rethink the stash now.
What's the best part of being part of the Bridesman routine? Do you see that question from Donna?
Yeah, go ahead and repeat it and answer it.
I would say the products because they're amazing and big diversity in product. It's not just it's the mediums and the paint and all the stuff, but more than that, I really and I've been everybody's getting to see everybody's projects, the way we post them, and everybody getting excited about it, and boosting everybody's vibe, and it just I think personally that's a big motivating part of it to me is to know that everybody that has those same things and appreciates what everybody else is doing, and it's very positive. So that's what I think is.
We have a very positive team. I have to say, and I love
product.
Right.
Yeah.
I think our team is very, very gracious and very uplifting, and I'm grateful to have our team. I'm grateful for the feeling that our team brings together, and it takes every one of us. It takes all of our team members to do that, and I definitely appreciate that. Annie is on. Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. What was that?
There are so many different types of projects, and people do, some of the people thought of in a million years. Or, it's great to see so many different people doing this, something with the same thing in a million ways that you could do it. And it's great to see how everybody else sort of translates that product or that project.
And I think everybody gets ideas off of everybody else. I think it's inspiring. It's just inspiring. It's amazing. I wanted to say hi to Annie. I don't know that I actually said hi. I said she got on, but I don't know if I said hi. Hi, Annie. We're glad you're here with us, and you can always play it back when you have more time. I love Lisa's question. Lisa asked, while creating, you notice a smudge or a little mistake. Do you start over or recover from it?
I think, well, I used to I would start over and I would get frustrated. And I think it is an opportunity to do something else. So I absolutely would. It's always glue for me. Like I'll always have a stitch and it smudges, and then I'll try to fix it and it makes it course. And, there's nothing better than a sticker or a sentiment or, a sequin or something else that can cover that up. That's usually what I do. I have noticed, I do have a good white gel. I'll know it's there. So I just think, that just gives you an opportunity to use another embellishment. Doesn't want that.
True. And sometimes just the way you arrange your embellishments or whatever the elements on your card are, sometimes you can just kind of tuck it in with something and recover it that way too.
Yeah. There's too many projects to be done to start over. Life's too short.
Yeah.
So I say just keep going. Move on.
Right.
2-year-old.
Candy is on, so we'll say hi to Candy as well. Hello.
Candy.
Heather asked, let me make sure I know I saw a couple. So Heather asked, what is your favorite you have created?
Ever? Or with Brutus Monroe?
Unless she specifies.
Is cutting in and out. I'm so sorry for the delay. That the project I did for the Oz collection last month, the home favorite card that I've done this year, just because it kind of came together really easy, and it just everything I wanted to, and was just a super cute way to use the pattern paper. So that was probably my favorite. And my next favorite would be action. I did a card that probably I spent about 5 hours fussy cutting, but and it had all the, like, a bunch of the different animals and trees and different things all on one piece of paper, and they were sort of patterned, like repeating, and it reminded me, and that was another good favorite project. I don't have it here, otherwise I would show it.
The safari one, that's what you're talking about, the last one you just said? Oh my gosh, both of those cards, top notch. But yeah, that safari card, I just kept looking at that. So yeah, both very well done. I can see why they're your favorites.
Yes.
See, and if you read the comments, I'm not alone.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Well, we have just a few more minutes. If anybody has any more questions that they would like to ask, or if there's anything you feel like you want to share. You're like, oh, I've been sharing. I know it's kind of hard to be put on the spot like that.
I can't share anything that's from the new collection.
I would say yes, but I don't dare. Heather is the boss of that. She can tell you. But I was going to say, is there any like stamps that you've ever wished that existed, that or die set that you haven't seen yet?
There's a couple that are butterflies that are part of Brutus Monroe that I think I've seen other people use them, and they're not in the store. You've used a couple of them because you did something with butterflies, and you popped them up, and they were individual butterflies. You popped the wings up.
The butterfly wings die set.
Sounds about right.
I don't think that one's retired yet. I'll have to look. I'll look after, and message you and let you know. I will say this, even though I don't feel like I can give you permission to say what's coming up for next month. I will tell everybody to watch for Jenni's projects, as well as all of the ones I've seen so far from the design team have been amazing. So it'll be a fun release. I know that everybody's really loved the Oz one, but I'm telling you, it may be a different direction, but I think it's really a fun release. I think that you're going to see a lot of really creative and beautiful projects.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of the Retro Rewind release, because there are so many fun things that you could do that everybody has, they're like, because you just want to do all the things. So there are so many more. To me, if it's a great collection, then it's so easy to produce more or have time to. So I think it's definitely going to be up there. I'm excited.
All right, you guys watch for that. That happens. Saturday is 1st, so that's when it officially is released, I believe. All right. Well, Jenni, unless anybody has any more questions, I think that we can probably wrap this up pretty good. Oh, hang on. Annie says the team has been very busy creating amazing projects with the new goodies. For sure.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think I'll give just one more second because I know there's a little bit of a delay, and technically we have a little bit of time. And Heather really loves the projects. She's been pulling some for the inspiration box. So get ready for that.
That's exciting.
And also, one thing I should probably mention is if you have used Brutus Monroe cardstock and you were as sad as I was when it went away, be happy because it's coming back. I don't know if Heather knows exactly when. I think it's coming pretty quick if it hasn't already. I know that I've seen some previews, but I might see more previews than your typical person. But I'm pretty sure an email went out though to subscribers. So watch for that because you will be happy with that cardstock. If you haven't ever used it, try it because it's nice, really good 100 weight, 100 pound weight. Oh, good, Annie. Well, I'll be watching for it.
Yes. Yes.
Heather says to check out the app. July 3rd. Thank you for the definite answer.
And the glitter stock. I love.
Oh, I love our glitter stock too. There's so many things.
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
Oh. Hang on, guys. Me personally or everybody, Heather?
Everybody.
I was looking at my text.
Again.
Yeah, thank you so much for letting me.
I will get.
It was so fun. Thanks for letting me pick your brain and hear more about you. And we're so glad that you're on our team. And you guys just stay tuned. We're gonna keep meeting more members of our inspiration team as the year goes on. And we really do appreciate all that they do. I feel like we have a really great team, and I really do appreciate all of the inspiration that they provide me, let alone everybody else. So thank you so much.
Well, you have good leadership too.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, you have a great night, and thank you, everyone. And keep watching. Tomorrow I'll be live doing a project same time, same channel. So we'll see you then.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you later.
Sounds good.
Bye. Thank you so much, Jenni.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.